Hello, this is your disabled combat veteran after 9/11, Michael Commiso and the Battle Buddies. Well, I'm just still here in this planet, Earth. I'm still a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. I'm a 100% disabled combat veteran after 9/11. So far, coming back home from war, I feel like people knowing the fact that I'm a veteran is using the fact that I'm a veteran, now my disability, against me as a soldier after 9/11 back home. I feel like that's the direction you're all going. Oh, we allow to go through your information as a veteran, man. Like the law in my hometown wants to go find more information from the VA and use it against me, I feel like, because I don't think Americans would treat us. Americans are cool with veterans, I feel like. You know? If Americans know that you're a veteran, Americans treat you with respect as American. Knowing that I'm American, a veteran, man. But for some reason, I'm not sure why, these few Americans in downtown are bullying me right now. They're basically calling me a name and getting mad at me, and I'm like, I didn't know the law could treat people like that. You know, I know they got television and movies and shows, but I didn't realize law could treat people like that in real life. I don't think so. No, because that's just television. So really, uh, the reality shows on law and crime, they're idiots to put that on reality shows and television. Because while the law is supposed to keep us safe from the internet too, right? The whole purpose for the law monitoring the internet is keeping us safe. But I feel like all the kids in the world saw everything that's on the internet as the adults did. So what did the law do on the internet? Well, wow, we teach kids that it's acceptable that, oh, kids die at war, kids die on gang streets, kids die in the crime and streets, and the law says okay for kids to know that people die on television in violence. Because kids could die at war themselves, right? I guess that's the reality show for the kids. You know, back in the day, it was Sesame Street. We didn't have to worry about all the crimes in the world on television. We had Sesame Street on television. But now there's like crime show for everything, I guess now. I don't know why. But I'm 40 years old, and the more people lie about me, the more I want to stand up for myself. Because I look at my pictures that I went to war with, and I said, I was a young person. I was a young American. I was not even a 20-year-old yet. I was 19 when I served my country. So I'm just trying to figure out how they throw a case so quickly and actually talk bad about a soldier after I know what like that. Because I look at the picture and said, this guy's a good guy. I'm a really good guy. to go through what I went through, because you act like serving your country was the easiest thing to do. Yeah, soldiers are soldiers and battle buddies are battle buddies, and, but I think if we're smart enough to sign up for the military and join and serve our country as soldiers, I feel like we're smart enough. Yeah, we could have died at war. I could have died at war serving my country to come home, and my hometown court allows people to talk to me like that. I don't know how long it takes to know law in America, but I feel like Americans have an idea of the law in America, right? So why do people talk to me like I'm an idiot? They had me going, they hack my life so much and identity theft me so much that they know what time I get paid with my Social Security on Wednesday, and they want me to go to the station, and they try to act like they're installing things on my computer, and I'm like, this stuff is already, you can download it free on the internet. It's a micro software. I said, how come they're so stupid? Like they want to teach, the law wants to teach that the law is smart to the streets, but they're stupid. They can't figure out how to install programs in the 21st century. So they're still treating me like I'm an idiot. Just act like we don't know what we're doing, and then we could get them mad at police station, and you do this on television, and you wonder why people are mad at the law? You kind of look stuck up and saying, oh, I can do whatever I want because I have a badge. But technically, you got to abide by laws yourself as the law on the internet. So I feel like I have to make my YouTube videos, because if I didn't make my YouTube videos, damn, that means knowing the fact that I serve my country, because it's like, privacy. Where's the privacy? I'm trying to figure out the Privacy Act on the internet. Because I bought the computer, right? I go to store because the VA tells me I'm 100%. I got but the VA told me that I got combat PTSD. So the court knows that. I'm stressed out from all the shit you're doing to me, and you know that I'm going to act like a soldier, and the court knows that. I was trained in the military to act like a soldier and protect myself, and they doing all these weird acts around me and acting like, wow, I thought American law would treat soldiers with respect back home after 9/11. So I felt like my hometown court is after my baseballs. I feel like I have $1 billion Babe Ruth baseball. So next time I go to the police station, I know that I have $1 billion Babe Ruth baseball card in my room, and the police station, the court knows about it. I want to put that as a fact on YouTube, because that's all people do is steal and rob each other and act like they're good friends to each other in the world. But all people do is technically rob each other, right? Is that what 9/11 was all about? They all wanted to rob America and everything and take everything from America after 9/11. You all earn. It's like everybody went to the Sistine Chapel and everybody painted that Sistine Chapel. And forget about Michelangelo. That's how the world works. Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel, but everybody forgets about Michelangelo, and everybody walks in that building acting like they own the streets in Italy and they painted that shit, not Michelangelo. I didn't know people were that mean to each other. I didn't realize law can actually talk to people like that. I'm 100% disabled combat veteran and everything. I'm trying to deal with my disability. I apologize. I don't know everything about my disability. All I know is since I came back from war, everybody wants to take everything from me all the time and act like that's a cool thing to do to a veteran back for. So I don't have any issue to the court. I don't have any issues to the law in my hometown, court and hometown. I don't have any issue in my hometown, anybody in my, that's how nice I am as a person. So since my hometown court knows that I'm a good guy to serve my country, and apparently they earn the benefits, and they're allowed to take it from me as a 100% disabled combat veteran, and they get it. They work there. There's a job. You got hired to get work there. It's a job. You can get fired, right? Right. So I don't know what few people are going out of the way, risking their jobs to try to call me a name online after 9/11 and bully me like that as a disabled combat veteran. Because I didn't believe people could do that to each other, for one, and to a disabled combat vet. Damn, they're so bored at at courts around here, they have time to bully a soldier after 9/11, when 9/11 is still on the internet. So I don't know what my hometown court thinks of me, but they've been telling me things that irritates me. They tell me, oh, you don't deserve to be. No, you don't talk about that. You're an American hero at court around here. Why not? I must have earned more medals at the police station than they did, and now they're mad at me and jealous of me as a soldier after 9/11, as they scanned my computer and set me up after 9/11. I didn't know people could get jealous like that in real life. So if you really think about it, the only reason why people die on television because we're all a bunch of jerk-offs and assholes and don't give a shit and care about it, to watch it on television. That's kind of mean, I think. Right? You serve your country all these years, and I earn my benefits, and it feels like everybody's going out of the way to try to mess up my benefits, and everybody needs my help back home. That's the funny part. I earned my benefits, and now I feel like they try to take my benefits away from me because there's some jerk off that don't know how to treat an American hero after 9/11 at court around here. And everybody needs my help back home with my benefits. That's the funny part. Everybody needs my help right now. Everybody needs my help right now, and everybody's still sitting there talking bad about their soldiers after 9/11. And I'm thinking to myself, they lie so much. They're trying to be my friends at the police station, but they're always lying about everything. And I feel like every time I go to the police station, they overreact that I go there. They mock me saying, oh, you could go. Everybody can go. Everybody can go. Everybody can leave now. And they just sit there. All these cops are sitting there around me. And I'm a disabled combat veteran after not. They said, oh, we know that you're disabled. Now, since we're all streets, because we work in Trenton now. That's what it is. We work in downtown Trenton. Because that's since you work down Trenton. You can treat people with disrespect as a soldier after 9/11. Back in the day, Trenton was a nice place. Everybody all act like the ghetto came overnight and everything. People didn't give a shit that there was ghettos and poor people living on the streets. Trenton was a really nice city back in the day. People were happy with being and living in Trenton, and all the buildings were nice in Trenton. And now you treat it's like, what do you want from me back home at court? Because I did everything you said to do. I said, what else you want from me? Because I know the law and the court themselves know that there's still billions of nudity on the internet, right? So what can I do if there's billions of naked people 24 hours a day as a soldier after an And the law can't sit there and act like they don't get it on the internet too. Is that how the law works? Oh, we don't have to give any information at court as the law, so nobody knows that you don't get it on the internet themselves. So how can kids get used to the law being naked online too 24 hours a day? It's cool. It's called the consent. Oh, we billions of naked motherfuckers on the streets. We have a consent, and okay, that there's a billions of motherfucking people naked on the streets, on the internet. And they do talk to me like I'm from the ghetto. I'm a disabled combat veteran, and I feel like Americans respect veterans so much they talk to me with respect. People coming up to me, grabbing me and shit as a soldier after 9/11. What kind of respect did you give me so far in my hometown? Because I'm trying to figure that one out as an American soldier out. Because still people coming up and grabbing me and doing whatever, and I'm a soldier after 9/11, and this is the state of New Jersey? New York City's right around the corner from state of New Jersey, dude. So every time I'm like, well, I told the cops I didn't punch the cop. I told them that shit. They didn't want to believe me. They wanted to lie in a statement. So they lied even more when they didn't find shit on my computer again. Every time they get mad and when they don't find shit on my computer, they talk to me like I'm a nobody. And I'm like, you're Americans? You're cops? That cops talk to shit to a soldier after 9/11 like that. Thanks. Who the fuck are you? You could get fired as a cop. Shit up. You could get fired as a judge. You could get fired as a lawyer. You could get fired at court in America. That's the last time I checked. Is that why you're mad at Donald Trump? Because he wants to fire everybody? Because nobody's doing their fucking jobs? Oh shit, man. That's why you get mad at people. Because when somebody wants to make a change in the world, you say, fuck it, we're going to just get fucking mad at that motherfucker. Because you like the streets being like a ghetto so you can rap about it later. They got nothing to rap about, so they got to make a ghetto to rap about a ghetto on the street. What kind of music's that? So, yeah, there's a lot of cool things that I want to do in my life. And I'm trying to use YouTube for years. Yeah, I may not know every technical internet word, but how many people actually need to know every technical word to use the internet nowadays? How easy it is to click on the computer and go on the internet. So it's unfair to view me the way you all view me as a soldier back home, and you don't even hang with me back home. You just claim and did this and that. And I'm a soldier after 9/11, man. Man, I don't get anybody's issues at court around here. Because you guys get mad at somebody. How the fuck can you do that to somebody like that? After 9/11. It's an honor to serve the United States. You act like America is a great country, and serving your country after 9/11, my hometown court talks down to me like I'm a piece of shit. And they saying, well, because I'm this and that and everything. And that means they disrespect my family, too, as a soldier. If they could talk to me like that, they must talk to my brother like that at court around here. See how I'm going with that? Oh, they don't have enough respect to talk with respect that, because they're Trenton. They don't have no reason to talk to respect to anybody in Trenton because they work in Trenton, right? In America, after 9/11, when my battle buddies dying around me and everything, I have carrying dead Marines at war, so there was a chance that I could have knew the Marines that I carried at war, because the Marines liked me at war. You know, I'm not that hard to hang with. That was my whole point being in school. I was just a shy, quiet kid because I had a speech impediment and nervous to talk to people in school. So, yeah, when you get older, you start to think different ways. Because back in the day, you feel like, well, we're kids in school. We all playing in the school. And kids, all what they want to do is play in the playground in school. And have fun with each other. They didn't care where they were from streets as a kid. They didn't care what parents or family or whatever. They were kids. But now since I'm an adult, I have to think, damn, I can't believe the world is that fucking messed up for you guys to still sit there and talk bad about a soldier after 9/11 like that. Don't you think being a soldier after 9/11 is a hard thing to be online in the first place? I don't know what everybody thinks about me all the time. But I don't deserve to get talked to like that. I feel like I did enough in my life serving my country for people to understand they could talk to me with respect by now, as even the law in the court. Because they didn't have nothing on me. They lied about me punching a cop on the internet, and then they keep lying about having shit on my computer where I'm like, can't you tell I'm trying to make art? You just sit there and say, we're going to send this site to him, see what happens. This we see how he reacts when we send this site to his computer and allow it to happen. The law allows it to happen. And I'm sitting here like, oh, where's the law? Where's the law on the internet? Because all these years law being on the internet and sites been up this long, you're trying to tell me the law been monitoring sites for this long, but they don't use the site? That means, we can't trust the law using being on the internet because they're not even smart enough to keep the site safe for people on the internet. If you want to look at it in that direction. So technically, it is the law's fault for anybody to view anything you're not supposed to view on the internet, right? As the law. That's the whole purpose of the law being on the internet. But since you're all some kind of organized street crime internet world online in the Matrix world, you have to be cool to talk about sex and nudity. And I'm a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. I'm still not even cool enough to talk about sex and nudity as a soldier after 9/11. That's how much game this goddamn court has to go to close. And they don't have no game at close at all at court around here. And the statement didn't even goddamn make any sense when they wrote about me too. The whole year you allow me to stay in jail as an American hero. The whole year I want to keep on thinking how I'm going to win my case when I get out of making my YouTube videos again. For one, I'm like, damn it. Imagine if I was a dad. Guys, man, you try and tell me you take kids away from parents just like that? And they the one that created that kid and made that kid as parents? Shit, good thing I don't have kids back home as a soldier. How fast you take kids away from each other, acting like you're the greatest fucking parent and dad and mom at court because you have a badge in your fucking, as a soldier. I'm a soldier after 9/11. My hometown court don't have enough respect to talk to me with respect, and now they want to keep sending me doing things to upset me on purpose, and I got combat PTSD. So I feel like I have to make my YouTube videos, because if I didn't, imagine how many people would talk shit about me right now if I didn't make my YouTube videos. So if that's all people do online, who can make each other more of an asshole on the internet? Shit, I'm a disabled combat veteran after 9/11 at court. The judge should talk to me respect. The lawyers should talk to me respect. The fucking cops should talk me to respect. Every goddamn fucking law member, every goddamn person should talk to me respect back home as a disabled combat veteran. That's not the case. Feels like everybody wants to rob me and steal from me because they earned everything that's in this room in my shed that I probably paid for somehow. So don't sit there and act like I don't do anything for anybody back home. That's, since I go to court, I was like, man, I'm going to pay this damn law to talk shit about me. I pay taxes for them to talk shit about me behind my back. You know, they're probably making fun of me when every time I leave that damn police station and saying, look, well, we can make fun of you because, shit, we're the ones setting you up in the fucking first place and shit. Because I don't think Americans would talk bad about their veterans on the internet. So I highly doubt American court would talk bad about a soldier after 9/11. That court won't look good anymore at all to talk bad. How much I earned my respect from my battle buddies. I respect all my battle buddies, and I earned my respect from my battle buddies, and I feel like they had my back more than anybody. That's not how the world works. Oh, life is only good in a short period of time, but when we find out that you're having a good time on planet Earth, we're going to sit on the internet and call you fucking names and fucking damn, you're bullying me. My hometown court is basically calling me a name and bullying me like that. as a soldier after 9/11, man. Because apparently nobody knows what sex and nudity is in the 21st century. If you can explain to me why billions of nudity on the internet, but nobody understands what that is. You know, you go to school and get sex education in classroom as a child. So I feel like sex is not an uncommon thing. Sex is a common thing. So I don't know how much smarts that you need to do to have used the internet, but sex is a common thing to talk about, even with the law. So either way, people are going to get mad at the law saying, how the fuck you don't know anything about sex? You sit there and monitor your computer, right? Everything should be practiced safe sex, because sex is type of law if anybody looks at it like that. Because people talk bad about sex, but compromise the violence on news and advertise it and shit. So how long in the future can we keep doing that? People are going to get mad and saying, well, why would am I even stressing my time in my life to watch negative on the internet? So I feel like I was forced to bad sites on purpose. They send me sites on purpose that will screw me over while everybody's using the newer sites. While somebody stole my lottery ticket around the corner. I feel like over the years with my YouTube videos, I said somebody stole my lottery ticket. And ever since then, I feel like you're going out of the way. I guess everybody's got few people that talks about you. Even themselves. The few people that's trying to talk bad about me or make me lose on purpose at court. The people are talking bad about you guys too, anyways. There's always few people talking bad about somebody. And apparently, as a soldier, I'm like, wow, I feel like everybody should have my back home. I should have went to football games, baseball games. I should have met mostly all the celebrities back home in America. I felt like I did a lot of convoys. And my battle buddies, I'm like, well, if my life is not so great back home as a veteran, I want to imagine I don't know, I hope my battle buddy's doing okay. If I'm the goofy guy, I feel like I was trying to make people laugh with my YouTube video. I apologize, I didn't get a chance to study all the comedy in the world or study the comedy. But I feel like I'm pretty funny. For a person that never went to college for comedy, I'm pretty good at making myself laugh. So making YouTube videos is not just for you guys. Making YouTube videos for me saying, I have to say good things about myself back home as a veteran. Because nobody has no balls to say any good about me as a veteran saying, holy shit, all I do is help everybody out back home as a veteran. I help everybody out. I feel like I helped everybody out back home, and I'm just goofy Commiso. So this Wednesday, for some reason, because that's what they've been doing, is they're going to try to irritate me and get me upset and say things on purpose to me. And I was like, what kind of friends? Even the law, what type of law would do stuff like that in the first place? Because I feel like American law should be the most trusted law on the internet, right? As an American citizen and a disabled combat veteran, I feel like American law should be the most trusted law on it. But I feel like I'm getting bullied by the law back home. So how can, I feel like I give enough respect to the court, as you don't allow me to talk, right? Now, yeah, it's easy for me to write down what I need to say at court, but you won't let me talk. They say, what, because I'm going to say something that makes you get caught saying, well, if you're the ones monitoring my computer at court, are you the ones that sending me the sites? That's the reason why I got to capture my computer right away. Right? Because I don't know how many people get in trouble over billions of sex nowadays on the internet. You have to actually install shit on your computer So, make people believe that I'm a bad soldier after 9/11 in the state of New Jersey. Is that your big reason why you're talking bad about me again? You know, you hurt my feelings sitting there and acting like it's so cool to talk to me like that at court after 9/11. And I'm like, man, I was just 19 years old. There were soldiers dying around me, young, 18, 19, 20 years old at war, dying all around me. Soldiers as young as them dying. I'm 40 years old and back home alive. And this is the best respect I could get at court while kids see everything. What did the law do when kids see everything online? They didn't do anything, get you? So they don't care about kids at court. They only care to screw my life over and take my benefits away from me that I earned by serving my country after 9/11, man. You know, it sucks when people sit there saying, oh, if you deserve your benefits or not, and I served my country, it shouldn't matter what I did at war. Well, when you come back home as a veteran, they all questioning what you did at war for you to earn your benefits back home after 9/11. Well, so far I've been standing up to everybody back home in my hometown. That's kind of big balls, don't you think? So how hard is it that you're all big bad on the streets after 9/11 and I'm the soldier that gets screwed over by the billions of nudity that's on the internet and you guys rap about it? Holy shit, man, you gotta be cool to talk about sex and nudity. You know, man, what? I guess the law has to hide the fact that they watch sex and nudity because they're gonna get bullied themselves as the law. But they have the nerve to call me a name and bully me as a soldier after 9/11. And I'm just supposed to take it up my ass back home and I could have got my head chopped off by some fucking asshole on the internet around the world, man. To get talked to, they're going to talk to me like I'm a piece of shit on Wednesday just to irritate me. I said, what did I fucking do to you motherfuckers to talk to me like that? When you took a job to monitoring soldiers after, that's your job at court is monitoring soldiers after 9/11. What type of information you're trying to get out of me at court to treat me like that? I think there's a reason why. You all going out of the way to talk to me at court after 9/11. And then my family members, my aunt is dying right now. She got lung cancer. My aunt Denise got lung cancer and she's dying right now. And I got the law saying they gonna fucking talk to me like that as a soldier after 9/11. Right? In real life, nobody talks to each other like shit on the streets because we know we all got respect on the streets and don't talk to each other like that on the internet, right? So who the hell are these motherfuckers? And I'm like, man, I served my country. That's a cool thing to do. You all can sit there and try to beat the crap out of me back home on the streets saying I'm not an American hero at court around here. Well, I'm going to say I'm still an American hero on the internet. How about that? That's how much my battle buddies treated me with so much respect at war. And my battle buddies want me to stand up for myself. Because for anybody to say veterans are going to be bad parents one day, there must be something wrong with you at court around here. And the law monitors porn more than I watch it. So how can the law monitor porn more than I watch it and have a name to call me a name on the internet after 9/11, dude? Right? They must like that job. They must like sex to talk about sex at court around here, right? Right? Are we illegal to talk about sex at court? That's because we're monitoring it and everything. We're monitoring. The billions of so I don't know how the law, billions of people, it's like back in the day when they had porno movies and porno in America. And porno stores, they had porno stores in America at one point. We were so comfortable as Americans to know what porn is. We had porno stores in America. The law That's because the law wants people to talk good about the law, right? So I feel like we trust the law with porn and sex online, that we could talk about it as Americans on the internet. And the law won't get mad at it. Because the law is on the internet for a purpose. To protect me. And everybody that uses the internet. So I don't know where the hate came from on Commiso for one, but I don't even understand the hate in the world. But I'm not a mean person to get talked to like that at court. I don't care what type of court it is. I feel like, damn, I did enough in my life for everybody to respect me, even the court and my law back home in my hometown. So Wednesday, I feel like they're going to talk bad about me anyways. They're going to set me up like they did before and lie and say I did more things. But no, I did not doing anything on the internet but making goofy videos on YouTube for years on the internet. I also try to make art, but apparently the law's incompetent protecting us from sex and nudity. The law says they protect us from sex and nudity, but they're not, because you're putting us in harm's way while bullying us and putting us in jail over billions of naked people on the internet. You're not cool enough to talk about sex and nudity, then we're going to bully you and call you a name on the internet. That's the number one thing that people do on the internet now. When sex was love back in the day, now sex is a tool to talk shit about each other on the internet, right? Well, if you know about billions of... So if the law knows that there's billions of naked people online, are we allowed to call them names as the law on the internet? No, we get in trouble, right? We get mad at me and everything and everything and everything. So how do you allow people to talk bad about your soldier after 9/11 at court after 9/11? If you're smart enough to protect yourself from the public on the internet, the law is smart enough to protect. But I feel like that it's social media. There's no privacy on the internet. So, man, it's cool that I make my YouTube videos, because if I didn't, how much more you would call me a name and bully your soldier after 9/11? And I'm like, man, I did something really good in my life, dude. I have a clean record. So what? Somebody write a statement about you in a short period of time, and all my life I was good on the internet? Now you talk bad about me because, oh shit, Commiso's going to make it in the world? Is that the fucking problem? Why people can't make it in the world? Assholes like you monitoring my computer after 9/11. Yeah, that sucks, to call me a name and get mad at me. Don't call me a name, law. Maybe if you didn't call me a name, law, you won't get mad at me after 9/11 as a soldier after 9/11. Because I don't know who gives the rights to call anybody a name, but, you know, over time, that's bullying somebody and calling somebody and making fun of them on the internet. So, yeah, I'm right. Every time I leave court and the police station, they're making fun of me and laughing about me on the computer, and they lied again. So if they take my computer again, it's because they're assholes and they can't handle the truth that they're assholes after 9/11 as a soldier after 9. Because I have a good heart and I try to help everybody out back home, but I said, God damn, man, I didn't realize America is to be the most easiest country to live in America. Because everybody acts like they don't got family and friends in America, but people do got family and friends. I'm just saying, well, I come home and grandpa died, grandmom died, the landlord died. I knew the landlord since I was a kid. They said, wow, a landlord died. Well, if you knew the landlord for a long time, you know, the landlord becomes part of your family. Because you know the landlord all them. But now it seems like I come back home from war, everybody's sick and dying on me, and everybody acts like, so it's so hard to help a disabled combat veteran after 9/11, dude. So every time I go to the police station, I don't know what type of Americans or they are as the law They talk bad about it. They just stare. They all staring at me like they want to kick my ass as a soldier after 9/11 at the Trenton police station. That's how tough the police station is in Trenton. They all want to gang up on a soldier after. Everybody's tough on the internet, but they all bullying a soldier after 9/11. Wow. Wow. That's how I feel so far. And I don't feel like I'm talking bad. I feel like I'm saying, why are you treating me that way as a veteran? I respect my country. I respect the law. I respect the government. I respect the president. I respect my brother. I respect my family, mom and dad, and family. I was trained in the military to respect people. So it's not me. I have nothing problem with nobody. I feel like sometimes people pick fights with me on purpose, and I don't know why. It's because people are robbing you. Nowadays, the reason why people bully you and call your name and screw your name over on that is they're trying to rob you on the streets. That's all people do using the internet. It's to rob each other on the internet. So they're trying to rob a soldier after 9/11. And they try to take my benefits away, and I earned and worked hard for them. So what are you teaching your veterans on the internet back home? Because kids use the internet 24 hours a day. I don't know if the laws are aware of that. But I feel like if kids have been using the internet, the kids saw everything on the internet by now. So how do you talk bad about me like that? Knowing the fact that the law gets it on the internet themselves? That means, oh, the kids is okay to view the law on the internet because they're the law on the internet. But damn, bully a soldier after 9/11 like that at court? And I'm expect to believe that, man, they must be nice to my younger brother around here at court. If they talk to me like that as a soldier after 9/11. So no, I feel like I stand up for people, and I feel like I'm standing up for myself. Isn't that what you want? You want your veterans to feel good about themselves so they can get better from the, well, I feel like combat PTSD is going to be part of my life because I was at war. Well, I can learn how to deal with my combat PTSD if that's what you're trying to. That means I have to be talking good about myself. I can't be going to court for people to talk bad about me as a soldier because they got no balls to stand up for a soldier after. You're Americans, you're on American land, and you go to the state of New Jersey. They got no balls to stand up for an American hero back home like that. And I didn't deserve to get strapped down like that and beat up and pushed like that. They did more to me than like they claim that I did the harm to everybody being on the internet as a soldier after 9/11 as Michael Commiso. Yeah, I feel like, well, hey, that means only I are going to get screwed in life. No matter how good you are, no matter how nice you are, no matter how hard you work in life, because making goofy videos and getting made fun of online, it's hard to do too, because all people do is make fun of each other about everything. So me being goofy on here as an adult, man, any adult online act goofy, man, there's everybody sitting there screwing your life over because you can't handle a goofy guy on the internet. So I apologize, how easy it is to set up a party and get along with each other as friends. It's how easy it is to operate the internet and be safe using the internet. Because we put billions of dollars, taxes, our taxes as Americans will eventually add up to billions of dollars, right? I don't know if math exactly how billions of people there really are in this world. But say there's a billion Americans. That means everybody pay taxes and pay $1. And everybody we have 1 billion to fix things as solve things. Because our taxes mean something in America. I was scratching my foot. So I feel like me being a shy, quiet kid is that it's not because I didn't want to get to know anybody in the classroom. It's because I will probably feel bad if I can't pronounce the word in the conversation or whatever heck we were talking about. Because if anybody, I feel like I got hit in the head a lot, and you could tell that I have I have a speech impediment. But in the world we live in, even the law nowadays bullies people that has a learning disability in court. So treat them like an idiot, acting like they're installing a program on their computer. Well, you can download it free. Everybody can download that program free on the internet, but they're making it seem intimidating me. Every time they send me to the police station, they're trying to intimidate me so that I can just say what they want me to say and say, Commiso, now we can do what we want to you because we made you admit that you're a bad American hero back home at court after 9/11. I don't want to admit that. I feel like I was a real good American soldier serving my country. You know, as a veteran so far, I get it. And we got to compete with our feelings back home as veterans. I feel like I understand people got feelings, but I feel like, damn, man, I'm the one that's sacrificing everything. And now, in the world we live in, so the law themselves won't get in trouble with sex and nudity on the streets or what? They're going to sit there and frame one person so they can feel good about themselves the next day? Is that how the internet works? Because the only reason why people will talk bad about somebody is you want to feel good about yourselves, right? So how could you actually feel treating a soldier after 9/11? That's right. I went through the same training as every other soldier that went to war. I went on a lot of convoys like every soldier at war. I feel like I was a gunner enough to be a gunner at war. I feel like I was a TC, a radio guy in the convoys enough to be called a TC as a radio guy at war. I was even a passenger. Then I could consider, damn, all the people and soldiers at war, you made me the mailman at the war. So, you all act like I didn't go outside the wire a lot, but the only times I remember I was on base by myself and wondering where everybody went. That was all. I was like, I said, did everybody want a convoy without me or something? Where'd everybody go? You know, we gotta get up. We go freaking early in the morning, so apparently they can see better in the sun when they blow up some sun in the desert. So we're all traveling at night. And I'm like, then they made me the mailman. So I delivered mail to all the bases at war. So I don't feel like I deserve to get talked to like that at court, where they had to lie a whole lot about me. I don't know how much time you need to figure out that there's billions of nudity on the internet. But the way they talk to you, it sounds like the internet is from outer space. That's how the law talks to you. The internet is from outer space. Yeah, we got the satellite, and you got now everything's on satellite on the internet. But there's human beings on the internet, right? I feel like the law should understand that there's human beings losing the internet, right? So I feel like my whole life, yeah, you know, people make mistakes in the world, but I feel like I did a lot of good in my life. I tried not to make mistakes in the world. So that's why I can't understand why it's so hard to use the internet back home for war. If everybody knows where the good sites are and have a good time and party on the internet, then the internet should be the most easiest thing and safe thing in the world nowadays, right? But somehow the laws talk to me like I'm an idiot. They try to teach me that there's a dark internet. And they said, well, maybe how's the dark internet after 9/11? All right. I highly doubt there's anything hidden on the internet after 9/11. But they talking to me, oh, since there's a dark internet, we can treat you like an asshole because somehow the law can't get into the dark internet after 9/11. And he would try to tell me I have to install something else on my computer, but that's a lie too. So I'm just trying to figure out why you all keep constantly lying at court about me as a soldier. And what did I do for you to sit around and talk bad about me after or not? I don't know. I feel like I was just making goofy videos. And yeah, the law acts like nobody knows about nudity and sex. But that's all people look up is nudity and sex on the internet, right? But they treat me like I'm stupid. I sucks. I flew all around the world to serve my country for people to talk to me like I'm an idiot at court after 9/11, and I'm like, that hurts my feeling. You know, yeah, I may have a learning disability and speech impediment, but I still somehow flew all around the world to serve my country. But in the world we live in, everybody gets bullied about everything on the internet. That's deep shit. But I feel like I have to stand up for myself. Because if you talk bad about me, that means you talk bad about my younger brother, you talk bad about my family, and then you talk bad about my battle buddies. You know, I show example. Is that what's going on? The law is making an example out of me, what they can do to people because they know about the 99% sex and nudity that's on the internet? So if the law knows about the 99% sex and nudity, are we allowed to call them a name and make fun of them and bully them too? So I don't know what you're trying to teach me back home from war, because I feel like, you know, I can't be Superman my whole life. I worked out, and the reason why I was winning my matches on the wrestling team, because I worked out with my dad in the summer, and on the weekends, every weekend I curled even heavier weights. So I knew I could pick this guy up, but apparently I are cracking and breaking through my body. So if I was wrestling my senior year and I'm still 160, you all would treat me like, well, you're just 160 as a senior, and we're going to do whatever you want to you because you're just 160. And that, I feel like that I'm a really good guy. So, you know what? You all can sit there and try to make me not laugh, but I'm going to keep laughing. I'm tired of people teaching each other that, since there's negative in the world, we're all going to be sad about it every day about it. But we're smart enough to have no negative on this planet, as we know we're all human beings that use the internet. Maybe some aliens and robots that might be using the internet. If there's chimpanzees using the internet and some kitty cats using the internet. So how hard is it to use the internet if kitty cats can type their name and start a profile as the chimpanzees and the robots and the aliens from outer space? Yeah, I wish people stopped talking to me like that, because it's only because you're just an asshole to a soldier. You know, you all can sit there act like I didn't do anything in my life, but I did a lot of cool things in serving my country. It's wonderful. As I have a sense of humor, even the fact that you talk to me like that, I still have a good personality to me and a sense of humor and still make goofy videos on YouTube. Even the fact that you're all mean to me and bullying me and attacking me, and I'm like a target at court like that. It's like a witch hunt. Oh, 99% nudity, but now there's a witch hunt to figure out who's the next nudity on the internet. Wow, that's smart. There must be geniuses that monitors the internet, like they know what 99% nudity. They just found one person, man. They just found one person naked on the internet. Wow, where? Wow, that's a shocking thing to everybody to see on here. Naked people, wow, that's a shocking motherfucking thing to see in the 21st internet. So, apologize if I felt like I uh, got my disability. I was saying I got this time to make something out of myself because the VA is helping me and everything. But I don't have time because I have go to your programs and you're saying that I'm a bad person and well, can I make you look bad talking shit about me as on the internet at court around here like that after 9/11? Because I feel like I'm a good friend. You know, yeah, duh. I was the goofy guy with glasses on the wrestling team. And I had speech impediment. And how many parties do you think I went in high school? And apparently, I didn't know there was parties in Fishing. So I only hang with the few people that was around my neighborhood. And that was, I miss, maybe you all turn as a teenager or something. Just when you turn, say when you're a kid, I felt like I got along with everybody in the neighborhood as a kid. I said, well, I had that song, Won't You Be My Neighbor? And I felt like as a kid, I was obvious that I didn't know shit about talking or how to talk. Or I was the outcast on the street. But as kids, it felt like we're smart. As kids, we're smart enough to understand how to get along with each other as kids. Because who wants to go to a bad party as a kid? All the kids want to jump around in that jump around thing and have a good time at the party. But as an adult, man, I feel like the only reason why you came to this party is to try to make somebody miserable at the party. I don't know if that's how it is with the law or the internet. If there's one big giant party and there's 99% nudity, don't you think, oh, well, maybe the smart thing is get the 100% nudity? Everybody be happy with nudity? Because then everybody be happy with nudity, and I felt like that everybody be happy with nudity, and then we don't have to get mad with nudity no more as to, they said they have geniuses on this planet. So if we have geniuses on this planet, how are we still fighting over the simplest thing as you act like nudity is an uncommon thing to talk about too on here? So why is this law? Because I feel like America's law, I feel Americans respect the law a whole lot, right? I'm a veteran and I respect the law. So I don't feel like I deserve to get talked to like that. Because you all had to sit there and lie about everything about me just to get me in trouble back home. And if that's the case, that must be the case for everybody. They must sit there. Do they get everybody in the state of New Jersey over the 99% nudity and sex on the internet and everything? I don't know if the law is trying to avoid the fact that the law is, how cool it is. It's supposed to be, you see, back in the day, I don't know. I don't know how cool it is to be cool in the world. That's what's messing me up. I said, how cool you gotta be in this goddamn world. I feel like serving your country is a cool thing, so, but that's not enough, is it? This serving your country is not enough cool enough at all. So, you know what? I have a speech impediment. You all act like, I don't know, nobody knows what I'm talking about just because I'm not cool enough to talk to at the party, so they don't know what the heck I'm talking. I don't know. I think people are too deep, man. Back in the day, it was just hip-hop. Now, I don't know where we're going with hip-hop. We're bouncing all over the place with hip-hop. Back in the day, it was just hip-hop. You could hear the sounds of hip-hop. Now the internet is like, I can't hear anything. I can't hear myself think online. I can't hear myself type online. I'm like, shit. But I feel like everybody relies on the internet. every single person relies on the internet. So for us to put billions of, every one point in time, everybody paid for internet. Nowadays, I feel like everybody's getting free internet now or something. I don't know. Back in the day, everybody paid for internet, and he put billions of dollars on the internet as to, it seems like everybody just wants to make it on the internet. So why would I go out of my way to use bad sites? That's why I'm trying to question the law. Not disrespect the law, question the law to a point where, well, you know what's on the internet law, right? So what did I do to anybody as to why I feel like everybody went out of the way just to make me get upset as a veteran on purpose, just to sit there and screw my life over? That means, damn, that sucks. Everybody can help each other out in the world, and nobody has a bad life on the internet and have a good life. And everybody be happy everywhere. That's how easy it is. Our taxes should be the simplest thing to solve as American taxes. Because I feel like we know what taxes are as Americans, right? So I don't know if you're getting the math wrong, but if, say there's billions of people that live in, 1 billion people live in America, and we all give out $1 for the taxes, and now that can fix. We got food, we got grocery stores, we got the law, the fire department, the taxes covers everything. So it should be having a convenience to having a law on the internet as an American hero. But I feel like you're making fun of me because you're allowed to call me a name because you decided to send me bad sites on purpose. As there's no dark night after 9/11 on the internet, man. So whatever, man. Is it too many words on the internet, and that's the reason why you can't figure out how to fix the internet, because there's so many damn words on the internet and letters? But I think it sucks that people can sit there and blame one person over the internet, right? If everybody, I feel like, well, so far this site is safe to use, and then all of a sudden you all just, I feel like you went out of the way to scam every site, to scam me as a soldier, as you know. So no, not everybody is getting directed in the same direction online. Where I feel like, what the heck's that mean? If the law knows there's 99% nudity online, and the public knows that there's the 99% nudity online, nobody should have any problems with nudity being online. So how dare you keep talking to me at the police station like that after 9/11? Knowing shit. That's all people talk about online. What do you expect me to do after 9/11? Because it seems like you're just cock-blocking me and getting offended of me because I earned more medals than you at the police station at court after 9/11. And I'm not that kind of person. And anybody that knows me in school and anybody on the wrestling team, I have a kind heart. But I don't feel like I should be talking down to anymore at court anymore, because I'm a well-known veteran that served my country, and seems to me you all sat there and set me up. Oh, since we know that everybody's using that site, we could all sit there and bully one person on that site, on the television and on the internet. That's so, you go. Back in the day, they had porno stores. So you feel like, well, if the law knows that there's a porno store there, that porno store is safe to go to. That's how safe sex should be in America. And I feel safe sex been in America a long time. I don't know. Can you tell me where all these families came from? People practice safe sex online? When you got family and kids, do you tell your kids like lies too? And then they grow up as an adult all confused, talking to people Well, my parents told me when I was a kid, this is how a person is created. Little birdies are flying in the sky, and we trust the birds more. We trust birds more than we do as people to take care of a kid. So how long can the internet go if nobody trusts each other with the word kid on the internet? Damn. Kids' life future must suck in the future if you all meet each other like that as assholes. So I'm not an asshole, and I don't feel like I'm a mean person. I went to war, and I feel like I'm acting out as I'm still at war, while you sit there and talk bad about me at court, and I'm like got my hurt feelings. I'm like, shit. I thought in America, in the law, practice safe sex online for years. That's the reason why there's safe sex on the internet. So safe sex. If billions of people having sex online, there's safe sex on the internet somehow, right? Somehow, evolution online has set themselves in the right path to practice safe sex in the future and nudity. So the internet will keep going and going in the future. But that's not how people talk to me. That's not how people treat me. You sit there and act like sex came out of space. This is the first day you speak of sex. Man, if sex is that uptight, how long you think I'll be? I'm like, shit, goddamn. I feel like I just should go to the gym, man. I work out every day. It was that hard to talk about sex and nudity online in the 21st century as an American man. No, you gotta be cool. Anything you do with sex and nudity, you gotta be cool. They get mad at people, but they rap around sex. They teach you how to talk to a girl in a rap and they get laid and shit, but I don't think they're teaching it the right way. Because, you know what? You act like I had a lot of girlfriends. If that was the case, then I won't be using the internet, right? But I'll be still using the internet. If I had a girlfriend or I'm allowed to have sex in a free country after 9/11 online. I think you guys I don't think so. Because you all seem to know where sex is and nudity all the time somehow as the monitoring the internet. That sucks. Once you click the computer, damn, that's the day everybody talks shit about you. The day you click on your laptop. So I feel like I was trying to do the right things using the internet, but how the internet works, everybody's always got to talk shit about somebody. Apparently, there's people, a few people has the balls to talk shit about me at court in the state of New Jersey after 9/11. But why would I allow that to happen to myself? I know that I'm an artist. I feel like if you allow me to keep trying to get to the positive internet and go to the good fantasy and adventure land online, in the wonderful time everybody can have when everything's safe and used and positively all the time. No, you get jealous of me. People nowadays, people can get jealous of you of the 99% sex and nudity online. I said, holy shit. All these years, people were having fun and sex and nudity online, and now they go out of the way to talk bad about somebody after 9/11 as a soldier. So, yeah, I'm trying my best where I feel like I need to relax. I am 40. I'm not actually in shape as everybody thinks I am. And I don't have time for myself. Yeah, I don't mind going to groups and talking to other veterans, and that's the problem. To see how the other veterans are doing and everything, that's cool. But going to groups and saying that you're not going to be a good dad one day as a soldier after 9/11. I said, what type of group is this shit? As a soldier after 9/11, man. You know what? I didn't even get a chance to be a dad. You guys played me all my whole life. I was just a shy guy around the ladies at school. And I just didn't know what the heck to talk about. So while you all danced around the ladies in school, I was just a shy, nervous guy. And everybody, you know, if I was mean to anybody, I don't feel like I really was. And I wasn't trying to be mean to anybody. I have no social skills. You know, you watch the movie Clueless and all them kind of type of American Pies. I'm the guy I'm the Terminator guy and the robot guy in the party. And everybody's, they're all drunk and he's dancing with the girls and I'm talking to the guy talking about Terminator and the movie at the party. Listen, I'm 40, you all cock-block me, call me a name and all this crap. I don't mind. I don't want to talk. I talk about Terminator. I would say, I like Terminator. I would say Terminator 2 is one of my favorite Terminator. When Terminator became the good guy, I said, yeah, that's Terminator. The second movie was Terminator. I felt like that's when Terminator was really Terminator in the second movie. And meanwhile, everybody's getting laid all around me at the party. But at least I will know at the party that Terminator 2, I feel like was the best Terminator movie of all time, was Terminator 2. You all get mad at me saying Terminator 1. I don't have nothing against Terminator 1. I feel Terminator 1 was cool too. But when he became the good guy in Terminator 2, I said, that is Terminator. That's, you want, when you hear Terminator, you want Terminator to be on your side. Once the Terminator 2 came on. Well, if anybody got Terminator 2, they got Terminator to feel in the end. That's the messed up part though. The sad part when Terminator had to get destroyed in that little lava of fire. He taught everybody, the kid and the mom, everybody taught Terminator how to feel in the last moment when he said Terminator didn't want to die. He wanted to hang with the kid. He said, I know I could get a new arm. And that's the sad part. I cried when I was a kid watching Terminator, but not because people were dying in the movie, because Terminator had to get destroyed and he finally could feel how to feel as a robot. Imagine being a robot. You know, I'm good now. I can't feel as a robot. That's okay. You put me in the fire. But now, yeah, you taught me how to feel as Terminator. Now you put me in the fire. So that's the kind of person that I am. Yes, I apologize. I'm not a professional critic on every single movie or every goddamn that happens on the internet. Because there's a critic on everything. There's a critic on every goddamn thing. I apologize. It's terrible. But I feel if people got to know me back home for war, you all won't have an issue with me. But for some reason, they're going out of their way to get upset with me on purpose and talk bad about me, and they're the ones calling me a name, and I'm like, what the fuck kind of planet is this? We're human beings. We go to college and learn that we're human beings. That's the reason why you go to college, to learn that you're a human being. Yeah, when you was a kid, yeah, you heard about a human being when you was a kid, but when you go to college, you finally figure out what a human being is. So, I'm just trying to figure this out. How the fuck did we come up with all this goddamn technology on this planet for us to destroy our planet and can't breathe and have no oxygen, and all people do is sit there and talk bad about each other? Even the fact that, why? So as a soldier after 9/11, I don't know why people talking bad about me where, man, you hurt my feelings talking to me like that. I get it, you're a law, but you can't be a bully and a law too. Over time, people get mad at you. So disrespect the law. And I hate the fact that people are so offensive and sensitive of everything, but somehow there's 1% violence and people can handle the people dying on the internet. So how fucking sensitive are we if we can handle 1% fucking people dying on the violence online? We can handle that shit, but we go on shit now. I can't say a sentence. You all get offended if I said something as a veteran on the internet. So I don't know if I still have a chance to go to college. I don't know if the professors will handle me. No, I won't be mean to the professors. I'll be nervous, and the only reason why I'm laughing is goofy. It's because I'm too goddamn nervous to be in this class, professor. Because the way everybody's saying, they teach you things in schools all these years, but once you get to college, shit, we're going to make it fucking hard for you, and you're going to get mad. See if you can take it. In high school, we were all gentle to you and try to help you get along to high school and said everything is going to be okay after high school. And then college come and say, shit, you got to pass this fucking long-ass fucking test that takes millions of years to take, and hopefully you know what the hell you're doing. If not, you're not going to get in college. That's it. You know, maybe sometimes as a human being, my mind needs to relax. I've been going to schools. I went to basic training, AIT. You know, I try to be all I can be back home as a veteran if you really think about it. But I'm an artist, dude. I know I can draw. I can see things. I can look at something and draw it. I was down with my imagination when I was a child. As an adult, I'm trying to search for my imagination because shit, it's like reading Rainbow. You remember that show, Reading Rainbow? Everybody's happy because that guy's reading a book on the show and everybody was happy about it back in the day. Now when people read books online, everybody's like, well, how dare you read that book online? Who the hell do you think you are? So as a veteran, I'm like, oh, what do you want from me? Because I served my country. That's pretty cool. No, if you didn't think I was nervous flying around the world, I had to stay awake. I feel like if I stay awake on the plane will land like comfortably on the other side wherever we go. That's how good a friend I am. I even stay awake on a plane to make sure everything's okay. Well, everybody's still alive on this plane. Okay. Let me watch a movie. Let me play some music. I try to block out the fact that I'm 10,000 millions high up on the sky and everything. So being a veteran should be the easiest thing in the world back home. You know, I'm a veteran. Maybe a lot of veterans come home from war trying to figure out what's the meaning of being a veteran. But going to war and serving your country and everything could be part of it, right? So if there's more about being a veteran I should know about, they didn't really teach me nothing. They you know, the other soldiers or my veterans, my battle buddies was teaching me, saying, being a veteran is hard to do. Everybody's always taking everything from a veteran. And I'm like, is this a joke? Maybe this, I'm on some kind of comedy show? And I'm like, how the hell you can be mean to a veteran after 9/11? When 9/11 happened on the internet, I felt like. So I like Sarah, I'm like, what's wrong with everybody? And this, I mean, is it that hard to get along with each other, even with the veterans back home? So everybody's, all the other veterans saying, yeah, it's hard being a veteran. And I'm like, why? We're Americans. uh, what, is that how, once you get jealous of somebody, it's okay to hate on that person or something? Uh, Maybe I'm jealous that, like, uh, I'm not really a jealous person. I'm really, I don't have a lot of girlfriends. I didn't have a lot of girlfriends. And yeah, I felt a little jealous, but I don't feel like I'm a jealous person. Maybe if I get jealous if the instinct guy gets a lot of ladies or something. What's his name? His celebrity gets all these ladies. Yeah, maybe I get jealous of the celebrity getting all the ladies, but really, I don't really think I'd be jealous of it. I was like, I just got to figure out what he's doing. But then, nobody can be cool at all on the internet. Oh, you guys, you all sitting back and saying the internet is the coolest thing to do, and now since you're all not making it, now you're going to screw up the internet because you're not making it too on the internet. I don't know what people are thinking. I didn't come back home from war for trying to discover what people are thinking online and everything. I miss my grandma. I didn't get a chance to say all the cool things I did in the military to my grandma. That sucks, don't you think? But somehow the law keeps bullying me, and I'm sad that my grandmom dies. Then I found out Aunt Denise is sick. You know, yeah, I have a Commiso side because of my dad's side. Then I have a McHugh side because of my mom's side. Most of of everybody basically are born the same way. So I have the McHugh side and the Commiso side. So, but I'm equally upset and sad too and depressed when a loved one dies in the family. I'm a soldier after 9/11. Man, I felt like I didn't get every single medal at the war, but I got enough medals at war saying I, even though I was just a goofy mailman and the gun, I was even a goofy gunner. I was, I was laughing. I was laughing in convoy for some reason. No, when I laugh, I don't even have a. I feel like I sometimes don't even have a reason to laugh. Well, I guess I was laughing because, it's dark out here, and we're all just traveling through the dark in the convoy, and they all expect me to figure out where everybody's at in the convoy. If somebody shoots at me, I gotta figure out where that fucking person is, and so I said I'm gonna stand. So anything that moved in the convoy, I felt like these guys over here don't want to get shoot by Commiso. They all say, no, 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 don't shoot Commiso. Well, I don't know who you are. It's dark outside. So I scanned. I was like, I did what they said to scan the range. They said when you go to basic training, scan the range or some kind of word is that they said. So I said, I felt like I shot all the targets down. And then they put me in, yeah, I don't have my night vision all the time. So I had to use my eyes. But that was cool to do. to serve your country. It's called being a cool an American hero. Last time they checked, they told me. So hopefully in my battle buddies' hometown, I don't know if every hometown is the way they are as hometowns to veterans, but seems like the few people that knew that you served your country or the few people that online is sitting there knowing that you're a veteran, they didn't bully you as a veteran. I mean, I'm like, wow. So, no, I'm not a liar. I feel like they had to lie so much, and I'm like, I'm trying to be honest at court, but they don't even want me to be honest because they know if I be honest, y'all look like assholes that try to set me up after 9/11 over the 99%. Holy shit. If the law had been monitoring that site for years, don't you think the site would be safe by now? So how's that my fault? If the law knows what it takes to keep the site safe, then how's it my fault back home as a soldier after 9/11? So I don't know what the issue is, but I'm not a disrespectful first person. I feel like I respect my battle buddies. I just wanted to get down at the club with my battle buddies. That's what made me upset when I was at war. I said, I have to make goofy videos at war because where's the clubs at the war? Maybe if they had some kind of club or a bar at the war, I'd be okay. No, we just like I felt like we was working every single day. I was at war, and they try to make it sound fun to do. And I'm like laughing, and I was like, man, I'm a gunner and a cowboy. They made Commiso a gunner and a cowboy. That's like, oh, they only going to make me a gunner one time and saying, oh, I'm not doing it right. But apparently they kept making me a gunner, not just one time. And then they made me the mailman. So our truck didn't have a gunner. The only truck in the whole convoy didn't have a gunner. I only had me driving and whoever was sitting next to me. There was somebody different all the time, I feel like. Or somebody else sitting next to you, like being the mailman. And the trucks are so loud, anybody could hear diesel trucks. So, yeah, I feel like we were trying to just drive really fast and not get blown up. And it reminds, because the trucks were so loud, if the deserts are so quiet, and all you can hear is so I just felt like just drive really fast, Commiso, and hopefully won't get blown up, Commiso. Okay, sir. Okay, Sergeant, okay. Okay, battle buddies, let's go. Just do it. To come home, and I'm like, man, everybody's giving me a hard time. I didn't mean to get fat. I had a hernia surgery, and I'm 40. I have a little stomach, okay? But I didn't mean to get fat. And yeah, I try to get motivation through PT again as a veteran, but so much motivation I have when everybody's saying, you can't be a good dad one day as a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. Oh, you got to figure out how to what and that and this, that and this. I'm like, man, don't they have lawyers in America? Don't they have family and friends in America? Don't they have some kind of, hey, he's a good guy, friend, and good guy in person, don't pick on him kind of thing? We don't have to be so hard on each other as people in the world. You always playing Pokemon cards and playing Nintendo at one point in the world. You all act like you was all tough and everybody was tough on the streets. But everybody was at home collecting Pokemon cards and playing Nintendos on the street. So I don't know where all the hype is coming from, all the hate and everything. When you was all sitting back home playing with your PlayStation and Nintendo and everything. We had time to play with toys. I don't know, you don't even give kids to have time to play with toys in the world. When I was a kid, we had time to play with toys. As to, we knew what a hockey stick was. We knew what outside was. Kids nowadays online don't even know they won't be able to survive outside as kids in the world. It's a science fiction movie. We all relied on internet so much we don't know how to walk out the door in the future. That's every kid. Everybody wanted to be somebody. We can't be anything, can we? You guys are going to bully each other and get mad and get mad and get mad and get mad. And I'm like, I'm tired. That's if they're trying to make you mad around here. Yeah, imagine me at war. I was the gunner. They made me the gunner at war. That's not anybody that shoots at me. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to shoot back. That's all I was thinking. I said, they're shooting at me. They're shooting at me. I have to shoot back. I don't want to get shot at. So that was me at war. It's Commiso and the Cowboys. Then I'm like, man, it shouldn't be that hard to fix the internet if everybody knows what they want to be on the internet, right? So it's highly wanted. I feel like as a human being and life on planet Earth, the whole purpose of having the internet is to be further than the human being that doesn't have an internet. I mean, like where everybody didn't know how to do anything unless they figure out what book to read at the library, or if a teacher tells you where to go, or somebody knows somebody special, or somebody tells you where to go to make it in the world back in the day. But the internet is like it's like adventures. It gives you, it's like the X-Men, and you're Charles Xavier, and it amplifies your adventure in the world as a human being. When it was hard to read a map and go through the map and try to figure out how to take a vacation, now everybody's got a GPS and it's so easy to get to everywhere on this planet. Well, apparently we didn't cover the weather. Maybe we shouldn't go on the days when we know it's going to rain. And we could figure and discover things because we knew not to go there when there was weather. It was too dangerous for us as human beings at the time. So I feel like that was just like skipping through the military. I was skipping through basic training. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like people like me at basic training. I don't know how tough you have to be as a basic trainer in the military. You're not a soldier until you graduate from basic training. Until then, you're not a soldier, okay? Until then, okay? Until you graduate from basic training, you're not a soldier, okay? And I was just Commiso in basic training now. I didn't join the military, get all these medals. I just felt like it was a good thing to do at the time to join the military. And when my grandpa was a World War II veteran, and I was like, well, let's try out military. And I wanted to serve my country, because I felt like I had to do something when I watched 9/11 on television. Felt like I had to Commiso needs to do something, but I can't move. Listen, they're too far away. They get their restaurant. I don't have a car to get there. And I'm just a teenager in high school. They're not going to listen to me when I get there. So I, I'm just living my life, and I feel like I should be a pirate now. I feel like since everybody wants to talk bad about me or whatever as a veteran, that maybe I should become a pirate and learn the oceans and travel the world as a pirate and discover more things because you're supposed to be free as a pirate on the ocean. They can, as long as I know where they are on the ocean and have a radar, they will leave me alone as a pirate on the ocean. I go the opposite way. Say they're over there. So I go over here then. I won't bother anybody as a pirate as long as you give me some food and, maybe some tokens for to go try and get some, maybe some clothes. That's the world everybody can't make it on the internet for some reason, and everybody's having a bad time on television. So this is the time for me, Commiso, to become a pirate. Yes, I'll probably not be a perfect pirate. I can't swim that good. At least I'll be free on the ocean for a little while until the ocean takes me under. That's where I'm going. I'm a veteran and I'm trying to be a pirate now. Is that okay with everybody? I try to do other things, but it's not working out for me, so I have to be a pirate now. Oh, is it hard to be a pirate now too? I feel in the 21st century being a pirate should be like a vacation as a pirate. Because it's basically this, this going all over the oceans. But no, somehow you all make fun of me because I'm a pirate in the ocean. And I'll be like, well, at least I got some lobsters on the ship right now. You don't have any lobsters, do you? But this pirate does have some lobsters on my ship. So whatever. So this is your disabled combat veteran. Look what I found. I found this on eBay, and I found a place to hang it in my room. This is Gizmo, a little friendly friend in the 80s until you get them wet or feed them in the wrong time. Anybody would get mad at that, so, we could accept that as an 80s child. That was Gizmo's one for us. Once I admitted, when I watched the movie Gizmo, I said, man, I want a Gizmo. Until I said, wow, it's hard to take care of a Gizmo in the 80s. When they become goblins and you get Google them on it. And what happened? Gargoyles. So, and this is the coolest 80s picture to hang on your wall. And I feel like it comes together in this room with this picture. I'm not Martha Stewart. I'm just the guy that knows if you don't think this looks cool on the wall, then there's something wrong with you. Then, apparently, Babe Ruth had a granddaughter. Babe Ruth had a daughter, and the daughter might have had a granddaughter, or I don't know what grand it is, probably the first grand. Well, it's Lyndon Ruth. So sweet. That's Babe Ruth's granddaughter signed it, and she signed it on an official ball. That's cool. That's cool to sign it on an official ball, and like, wow, that's only the granddaughter of Babe Ruth. But that's not what Babe Ruth would say. Babe Ruth say, don't pick on my granddaughter because I'm Babe Ruth. And it's cool that she signed the ball too. And then I got this thing. This is signed by Babe Ruth's granddaughter too, and it says, "In the memory of my grandfather, 1895 to 1995, Lyndon Ruth Tosseltelli." I have a speech impediment. So I got a Babe Ruth baseball coming in the mail. I got a Hank Aaron baseball coming in the mail. And everybody's saying, "Why are you buying all these baseballs? Why are you buying all these things?" I don't know. You told me to get a hobby. And I remember when I was a child, one of my hobbies was collecting baseball cards and stuff. They said, "You can't collect anything because you're an adult now. You're not supposed to collect anything because you're an adult now. You understand, Commiso? You can't be collecting things because you're an adult." Well, I don't know what world you all live in, but I feel like, I may not know everything about everything or know every law or every law or everything or whatever, but no, I felt like I am an American hero. Yeah, I flew in planes and traveled the world to serve my country. That's cool. So, I don't know, I feel like I'm 40. I felt like I should have met every celebrity by now. Or I should have met, somebody. You know what I mean. I should have met every celebrity, and every celebrity say, "Hey, Commiso, come over here." I said, what celebrity? What's wrong with you, celebrity? What you want from me, celebrity? That's Commiso. You already gave me a hard time back home. You want me to take me in the alley of celebrities and beat me up? We can't view the world like that. That's people. We won't accomplish anything in life or build anything anymore on this planet if all we do is sit around and we can't do anything in the world because we all haters and hating on each other and don't feel comfortable with each other as people on this planet. So I don't know how comfortable you have to be with a disabled combat veteran after 9/11 back home, but I was the goofy guy in school. I felt like I was shy. I might have been so goofy that maybe I was goofy shyness. Because, yeah, they make it seem it's so easy to talk to people, so easy to do. Well, I'm Commiso. I have other things on my mind. I got an analyzer from the older 80s shows and the television shows when I walk down the hallway. I don't want to upset anybody when I walk down the hallway. Let's go this way. This person's talking to me. Hello. Can I get to my locker now? Little student in front of me. Because when we're having a learning disability and speech impairment, you feel like you have to work harder in the class to get that A and B because it takes that long to read the book. Whereas I don't know how long fast people can read. Just because you read the book so fast doesn't mean you understood that book at all. Yes. So me taking the time and reading and trying to figure out what the heck is worded, I understand the book more even with my learning disability. Because it's not that hard to compliment and bring each other up and have a positive world on this planet. We don't have to watch negative television. We don't have to watch people die on television because we're smart enough to say, Well, over the years, all happened in the 80s and 60s and 70s, and well, then people been using the internet long enough to say, well, hey, law, we're trying to abide by the law on the internet, but can you fix it? Maybe you can be if the law fixes the internet and chill. But no, it's like people get bullied over everything. And since, I don't know, I'm a target as a disabled combat veteran or something, I don't know. I feel like I've been doing good so far back home for war. I helped my family out. I helped my brother out. I helped everybody out since I came back. And if I have no social skills, but hey, I say better things than people say online, and I have a learning speech impediment, and you act like I've been talking. Well, for years I was on YouTube, but I don't know. That's all I have to say. I don't know what to say to a world where we have our smart. Well, we landed the moon on planet Earth. We have ability to have internet and communicate all around the world and know where everybody is and chill. We have robots on planet Earth. There's some kind of type of spaceship on this planet. We're going forward somehow, even if you all act like everybody's having a bad day every day. We should be able to come together and try to figure out how to chill, and everybody can have a happy day every single day. But as a disabled combat veteran, it's like, wow, it's that hard to help your veterans back home, even at court back home. And I'm not mean to you guys to get talked to like that, where you had to lie a whole lot to get me in trouble, where, damn, man, seems like that's all people do nowadays is use sex and nudity to screw somebody's life over, but they're all still cool billions of naked people on the internet. And nobody knows what sex is. So I have to let out some things because I still don't understand planet Earth. I'm trying to make people laugh. I really do want to try to make it on my good life on the internet. I was imagining my life as a movie star, and I was a comedian. And yes, I have a learning disability in the movie, but somehow I come together, even with my speech impediment in the movie. Guess that's how it was with my battle buddies. Man, I never knew how to be a battle buddy. Well, except for basic training, they taught you some things. But when you go to your first duty station, it's like going to your first school for the first time. When you're going to the basic training and all that, everything. I'm trying to find a cool movie now. Let's go with this one. This one's fun. So, it's still me here again. I just wanted to chill. I thought coming back home, I'd be hanging with my brother all the time. Like at least every weekend, we do something, me and my brother on the weekends at least. You act like I want to go and drink it. No, I just want a few beers, man. And I smoke medical marijuana. But when everybody I come back home from war, and everybody points out the obvious as, well, what do you expect? I'm 100% disabled combat veteran. Everybody says to smoke medical marijuana as a veteran. And I feel when I smoke weed, it helps me relax. Because you make everything so uptight as, why are you all talking to me and grab me like that as a soldier after 9/11? What did I do to you guys? I still feel like I wasn't even on the internet long enough for anybody to call me a name and bully me What, you do not want to accept me as a disabled combat veteran back home? Yeah. So I'm proud of myself, and I'm trying to teach my battle buddies that it's okay to be proud of yourself that you served your country. You know, you act like everybody got up in the morning and went and served their country. No, I feel like, well, a decent amount went. But I just want to dance at the club, man, and drink a beer with my friends. Don't they have country music in America? Maybe I didn't understand country music because I never ever got to sing a country song. Maybe if I ever have a chance to sing a country song, I really want to take the time to write down the song myself. As your disabled combat vet. But for right now, I'm still trying to understand New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey, and I still don't understand New Jersey. So, you know, I want to be able to get up every morning and be able to do what I want in life. Isn't that what the whole purpose of living? So, I appreciate if this law trying to help me, but I feel like, damn, there's some kind of crooked motherfucker trying to set me up, and I'm just a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. So no, the math in my mind doesn't make any sense to me. If 99%, I got A's and B's in algebra, so I have some kind of math skills. When you do math, I think people forget. Everybody seems like they want to take the hard way to get to the problem in the math. But they said to break down the problem. We don't do that. We had everything on the calculator, and then we try to do that on the thing. You got to separate the math problem. That's why people have trouble with math. They try to do everything at once and add everything and subtract it. The calculator be confused, and the math won't make any sense. So, 99% nudity. If you accept that at all as a person that uses the internet in the 21st century, as you assume that, oh, I'm going to bring up the law and the law's fault. No, I feel like some people are really out there to hate on Commiso for some reason. I don't know. But to keep sex and nudity safe, don't you think the law should be able to accept sex and nudity? Right? Well, I'm not saying just the law. I'm saying as people. Sex and nudity is a natural thing. So we are going to have to accept it in the future. Because like I said in my past YouTube videos, the internet is television, and the internet been around since the 90s and the 80s. And it seems like everybody knows what they want to watch and do online. So if the computer was invented in 1985, something like that. The computer was invented in 1985. So what everybody was doing in the 80s, sex and nudity was in the 80s. It was okay to have a porno in a movie in your house back in the day. It was okay to watch porno back in the day in America. It was okay to talk about porn in the 80s. So what would they be talking about in the 80s? What's the cool porno movies to watch in the 80s? You know? So everybody in the 80s knows exactly what cool movie. That was the golden years of porn. The reason why it was the golden years of porn is because everybody knew what the cool movies were and what to talk about. And everybody wanted to be a movie star. and even a porno star in the 80s. So now it's 2020, 26, and oh shit, you're all players now, and you can talk bad about your soldier on the streets after 9/11, even at court after 9/11. Right? If you're not cool enough to go to the club, you're not cool enough to go to the bar, you're not cool enough to get a date, you're not cool enough to have sex, you're not cool enough to be part of the nudity online, you're not cool. What does that do to somebody over time? To a person, a human being. That sucks, right? That sucks to do that. You know, because everybody wants to party. Everybody watch the movies, American movies, and in American movies, everybody's having a good time in an American movie. So you have this image, but the image saying, if you're cool enough to live in this planet, you can go far in this planet. So I don't know how cool it is to be a veteran online nowadays, but I'm a veteran. I think the reason why they get mad at me at court is because I can say that I'm a veteran, and they can't go around that, can they? I told you I have a disability. The VA told me that I have a disability. You know, it's called stress from war. And all it is stress from war. So a person like me that's goofy that went to war, I should have a lot of stress from war, don't you think? As a goofy guy at war. So imagine my battle buddies. They're all stressed out too from war. So why are you stressing out your veterans at court after 9/11? When we're already stressed out from this date, if you get collect disability or not, and you still have this combat PTSD, right? It's just because you put all this damn fucking responsibility after high school. I was just a wrestler in high school. You put all this responsibility on being a gunner in the war. I thought if I ever got a chance to go to college, I was doing good in art. I said, I guess maybe my major would be art, because I like it when I can draw really good. I like it when I can make the picture look like the cartoon or the picture or the photo. If you let me take my time. But that's not how the internet works. How fast somebody could talk bad about you and screw your life over online, and everybody accepts that, it kind of sucks, don't you think? You know, and when they talk bad about Michael Jackson, it wasn't people saying, oh man, I can't believe they're talking bad about Michael Jackson like that. He did a lot of good for everybody, for anybody to talk bad about Michael Jackson like that. That's what it means to being a good friend. You know, friends stand up for each other. But now it seems since everybody claim they're smarter than the other person because they know how to use the internet more than the other person online, if that's the other argument everybody's having. Well, since we know where to go and you're all confused and don't know, we're allowed to mislead you and hate on you and call you a name and bully you and make fun of you. And I'm like, what the heck did I do to anybody back home for war? All I do is go to flea markets. All I do is go to eBay. I try to help everybody out. And I'm going broke. And I feel like, oh yeah, I could take the time and try to save, but I gotta cheer myself up, dude. Maybe, I don't know, it just popped in my mind when I got to my first duty station. Maybe my commander saying, oh, he just came from basic training at AIT and now he has to go in the field of trade again. Commiso being an angry motherfucker. They would be trying to shoot everybody in the field. So maybe the commander said to the sergeant, just tell him he can work in the mailroom until we come back. Because I was a stranger. I was the new kid on the block on my first duty. I was a stranger. Because when I flew into Germany, I only had a few people that was around me, and I think one other person came with me in the same company, but they all separate the other soldiers and went somewhere else in Germany. So it was only, I felt like I made a new, like maybe one person somehow, I feel like, came with me through AIT and basic training somehow. We all slipped together, you know, but I really didn't know anybody in my first duty station. So I was still nervous. I didn't see a lot of rank in basic training. I didn't see much rank in AIT. So when I went to my first duty station, and they told me work at the mail room, I said, "Oh, I know where it is." I had nothing against the military. Somehow Commiso fit in the military. So when I knew where to go, I said I had a routine. Once you have a routine in the military, going to breakfast, going to PT, going to HR, it's like nothing. I said, oh, they all complain. I wanted to laugh because every time I go to PT, there was always somebody complaining about PT. And I wasn't one of them. I said, I didn't care. The sergeant said, we're going to run over here tonight. And I said, okay. Because I was just used to PT, and I said, I know what to do to get done PT and everything and get to the breakfast. That I miss going to breakfast in the morning because I had the omelet, my battle buddy, bacon, egg, and cheese omelet. I always try to get bacon, egg, and cheese and omelet and breakfast in the military and whatever they had on the side or whatever. So I had some kind of system, organization being in the military. I may not be hoorah all the time, but I was hoorah some of the time. And, you know, they say you got to be hoorah all the time in the military. But I was hoorah some of the time, you know.
Tell her, what were you doing that song?
What? I got old, and I didn't realize Commiso gets old on this planet too. I didn't realize it. I still feel like I'm 19 and I'm still in the military, but I can't move around like I'm 19. And I'm saying, why, Commiso? Why? So on top of everybody calling me a name and bullying me on the internet for some reason as a veteran, I got a hernia surgery. My jaw's locking up. I lost count how many times I got hit in the head. I got torn ligament in my knee. I dislocated my collarbone and broke my sternum in 3 places. Yeah, and a hernia. And they wanted to examine my mind, my head at the VA, but I'm claustrophobic. I'm claustrophobic. I don't think I can last in that thing. So then people think, I think, well, everything. Why is he making YouTube videos? Because that's what I thought what the YouTube site wanted me to do. It said YouTube. So it says YouTube, your channel. So if I can't be in a cool movie or a cool TV show, I can have a YouTube channel on TV, and I get allowed to discuss things, and I don't feel like I go out of my way to get people in trouble, but that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get me in trouble, so you won't get in trouble by lying even more. Because, no, I'll be a good dad one day. I feel like my battle buddies trust me to be a good dad. They trust me to be on the same base as President Bush, as a veteran, a soldier, so at Fort Bragg. It's not Fort Bragg no more. I don't know why. And I just wanted to dance and sing songs, and I was trying to do art too, and I was like, well, maybe if I get good, I could go far in life. But you all beat me up, and I got speech impediment. And probably ADD and the dyslexic probably. That's the reason why I probably have speech impairment. They didn't really teach me much about my disability. That I just have speech impairment, some type of learning disability, being special education class. So maybe if people stop beating me up, then I can try to figure out how to speak with my speech impediment,
I don't think that is
whatever word that is. Pediment. It is a pediment world where, people don't even have time to speak nowadays. Everybody's life happens so fast as, damn, can't people can screw somebody's life over in an instant because of the internet nowadays and say it was okay to do that, to bully a soldier after 9/11 just to get mad at them even more and to bully them even more and make fun of them behind their back at court. Yeah.
That's change.
So I don't know what type of law that is back home, but
Let's check with people.
at least I'm trying. I will feel like people give me credit on me trying in life, where shit, I got speech impairment and a learning disability. I should just eat hamburgers every day or something. I don't mind eating hamburgers every day. Well, it's just, you gotta get one of them good cheeseburgers. I feel like they got up their way of making hamburgers. Because back in the day, hamburgers was tasty. In the 30s, hamburgers, I wasn't there, but I feel like the 1930s McDonald's hamburger, fresh from the grill, and how fast they made it, was tasty. That's why people kept going to McDonald's in the 30s. They don't even know what the heck that was. All they know, they was getting hamburgers and fries, and they were happy about it in the 30s. Do we know I don't know how many hamburger people they were back in the day, but it's because they took the time. They know that they had to make the hamburger fast, but they got fresh lettuce, they got fresh tomatoes. Hopefully, the hamburger still makes the hamburger the same way. So people don't take the time to get to know each other. How can you go sit there and go out of your way and call somebody a name and talk about them like that without even get to knowing the person in the long run? So me making YouTube videos is by updating my social skills or trying to communicate to the world. Commiso, I am a human being and I don't know how to communicate to the world to your standards. Get offended of everything nowadays. Well, if people get upset like that and know what it takes to not to get upset or mad with each other, then why not people get upset when that 1% people die on the television kind of crap or the violence? You'll figure everybody will get upset and say, what the heck are we watching this for? I'd rather watch American Pie movies and try to figure out, at 40 years old, I didn't have them skills as everybody had in American Pie movies. I feel love is in the air and everything. That's why in Renaissance, in Italy, so basically the whole Europe, probably the whole world, I feel like the Renaissance, figure out where Renaissance was around the world at the time, that had enough years to figure it out. And everybody had time to figure out what love is. People were more romantic. I remember Shakespeare's was coming around that time, where there was a lot of poetry in our speak. I took a poetry class. I didn't take much of poetry class. For some reason, I felt like I should have taken a poetry class. And they said in the older times, people speak from their hearts. People speak with feelings. They speak. Now it's all slang and shit and streets. People had time to speak to each other, which to define respect is to not to know respect at all and respect each other anyways. They didn't have time to talk bad about each other. They had to live their lives and understand science and math and art and romance and poetry. I'm from New Jersey, so I apologize if I don't have some kind of deep soul like there was back in the day. We cared about each other enough for us to chill. So I don't think people are reading the books right. When they said Leonardo da Vinci wrote things backwards, he didn't want people to find out things about him or his art. He was hiding things on purpose because maybe Leonardo da Vinci says, oh man, I don't know if people will respect art as they do in Renaissance period. Everybody respects art now. They're glad that there's a painting on the castle. Back in the day, they didn't have a painting in the castle. So everybody said, what the heck is this?
I just told you.
So now everybody's used to that there's paintings in castles. So Leonardo da Vinci's probably saying, man, they're going to graffiti the art. They're not going to respect the painting. They're going to damage my art. And I'm going to hide Mona Lisa. For some reason, you found some of Mona Lisa. I think there's more to the painting. I think there's more to Mona Lisa because if Leonardo da Vinci took the time to write things backwards, he was the type of artist saying, I'm a freaking artist. See, when I draw things, I save my art. I feel like artists save their art for a reason. So if they're going to draw something for a king or draw something for a jester or a queen or if he's Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and Raphael, how you remember the four main artists? Remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There was Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci. They're the four famous Renaissance period times in art. And as an artist, I don't want you to destroy my art. I'm going to make you the art way how you want the art to be. But I'm going to make my art how I think I see the art. And they hide Mona Lisa. So that's cool. You go through, people sit there, as you sit there and look at the internet all the time, you're not going to see the world as a human being. Some of them sci-fi movies and shows are coming true with the internet. We're all robo-cops now. We're all robo-cops and cyborgs. And I'm still should be considered as a human being on the internet. So, as a special education student, maybe you don't understand me or something. I apologize, I can't pronounce every word in the classroom and read the book like everybody wants me to in the class. That's why I get nervous. I sweat. I'm a Commiso that sweats. And I was sweating in the nerve. Every time they asked me to read a book or something, I said, oh man. I'm gonna mess up. Because they give all the other people easy words to read. Oh, he got the easy section of the book. They're giving me this hard-ass part of the book to read. You only had to read a little. You only had to say 3 words. And he was good, teacher. How you give me these words for? Like, hey, I'm special. I read the book in the classroom and I got it right. Now it's your turn, Commiso. And I was in La La Land. My grandma says my dad is in La La Land. So if my parents are in La La Land, don't you think I may be in La La Land too? But my La La Land, I feel like it makes some kind of sense where what the heck everybody wants? You try to sit there and try and tell me everybody wants to watch reality all the time? Man, reality does stinks. That's why, man, imagine me in Renaissance. I'll probably be one of the artists in Renaissance time. I'll find out where Michelangelo is. I'll find out where Leonardo da Vinci is. And I say, well, how you paint? Let me see how you paint. How can you teach me how to? I probably asked my professors. My professors would be Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Raphael, and probably Donatello too. And they would teach me all the cool ways to paint and draw, I don't only need that much happiness in the Renaissance. How much happiness people need nowadays just to paint something and it be hanged in the museums for Michelangelo. Man, that'd be cool as hell. That's what you really need to do as the law. Instead of bullying people and beating people up and acting like you're the Mr. Perfect, motivate people to not to go to jail under the law. Not beat them up and talk to them like an air, like I'm nobody, really, if you think about it. So no, I'm not trying to break the law or some kind of whatever. I'm just trying to chill because if I feel like I miss going to school. I have nothing against school. It's just that I was just nervous taking the test, and sometimes not all students are nice to you. And I feel like I felt like the school knew I was there. I feel like the students knew Commiso was in the classroom, and I felt like the teachers knew I was there. But I was somewhere else in the world. Sometimes when I was in the classroom, I had an imagination, and I wasn't even in the classroom, and I was looking outside the window, and I could see myself dancing on the. I wish I was dancing outside the front school right now. I saw them movies when in their school they could dance outside the school. We can't dance at the school. They get beat up and get mad at us if we dance at school. That's it. They're all happy in school. I was shy I guess me being shy didn't help. I was shy. So if there was the ladies that liked me in school, I was too shy. I didn't even notice. Or I was in La La Land in school. I was skipping around to the locker room, skipping around to the lockers in the hallways. I like going to the gym. It's cool that they switched up the classroom to gym, because at least in gym you get to go outside. Everybody's all complaining, oh, we all gotta go outside, yeah. I just want to stay in the gym and throw basketball to the head. But when they say, oh, we could go outside the gym, I said, it's a pretty day today. I'm gonna run around this track. Everybody's running slow. I don't even have to run too fast to get an A in the classroom. Cause everybody all running slow. So I'm already done running around the track. And I'm just sitting around taking it out. I said, oh, there's grass. I didn't know there was grass on the football field in school. I wish they told me there was grass on the football field. Maybe I would have joined the football team if I knew there was grass on the field. They wanted me on the football team, but they wanted me to wrestle and football at the same time. I said, what the hell, man? Wrestling is hard enough, and playing football at the same time. Shit. Yeah, you gotta be the most tired motherfuckers in the schools. I could have had a hernia on the wrestling team, but I still wrestled anyway.
Stay here.
I said, Coach, there's something wrong. I don't think the doctor's right. I should be able to wrestle this guy, Coach. There's something wrong.
No.
Somebody broke me on the wrestling mat. I don't know who. Everybody's using the same wrestling move on me, Coach. Why are they doing that to me?
I have no idea what I'm saying. Say it again for some time.
So, I did my best on the wrestling team. And, I did best in the classrooms, I feel like I tried my best helping out the students of the year of 2004. I graduated 2004. I stood back in first grade. I was in Robin School in Trey. I was supposed to graduate 2003. But they said things happen for a reason. So it means staying back in first grade. I met a lot of cool students in school and teachers, and I was in the school at the same time my brother was in school. Yeah, he had his cool things, and I was like explorer in the school. I explored the first time. There's a remember going to high school the first time, trying to figure out where the bathrooms are. Gotta use the bathroom. Then you figure out where all your classrooms are. Then you figure out where everybody, I think that's the first thing you figure out is the cafeteria. And then you're all nervous in the cafeteria as a freshman. And everybody's looking at you because you're a freshman. Somehow in the 90s or 2000s, there was internet, and the internet knew that it was Commiso in the cafeteria. But I was zoned out on the rest. I don't know if anybody noticed. There were times I zoned out on the rest. I didn't realize I was wrestling at the time. At the time I was on the rest, I zoned out on the wrestling. I was zoned out. I said, I'm blind. I said, this guy's on top of me. I said, what's this guy? Get the fuck off of me. I said, what the hell's going on? So I can beat this guy. Why is this guy on top of me? Because I was the guy that they said I had all heart. I wrestled with my heart. So the guy that wrestled with his heart, this guy shouldn't be on top of me right now. This guy should be pinned already, so I could get a Gatorade and he didn't eat a hoagie or whatever. Same thing they always eat at the same time. They bring the same type of food every time. Felt like there was always a Gatorade and a hoagie. Sometimes they may have other things, but you had to hurry up and get the other things, so you only got time for a hoagie or a Gatorade. So I don't know if this is true. I felt like everybody that got weighted, you're done, you got weighted, and everybody went to the cafeteria and ate some food before they wrestled Commiso. I didn't know if you could do that. I wanted to do the right thing. I wanted to pin you all nicely. I didn't want to hurt you on the mat as Commiso. That's what they taught me in freshman year out of school. You gotta be nice to the other wrestlers. And I said, okay, coach. So I was nice to all the wrestlers and everything, and somehow I felt like they all ate all this food. I said, if this guy's 160, he feels like he's more than 160. So there was a chance that I could have had a hernia on the wrist. So for a guy that didn't know he had a hernia and still was wrestling on the wrestling team and tried to win for the wrestling team, I think that's a good friend, don't you think? Because there was a time I was like, I picked this guy up before. I feel like I'm strong. I did all these curls in the wrestling. So I was tired. The time I got to the wrestling mat, I was tired. I said, I felt like I wrestled a lot already. My freshman year. I said, I wrestled all these people. It was tournaments, about regular wrestling tournaments, and only my freshman tournament. You know, and they get mad when I'm not there at the tournament. So is that why everybody's giving me a hard time? Because I didn't wrestle my senior year? Man, I could have had a hernia, and I got hit in the head. Everybody's beating me up, and I'm like, shit. I was nice to you guys on the wrestling team, man. The wrestling, and even on the wrestling, man. So I feel like I'm trying to take time for myself because I know I can figure out things in my life if you allow me to. But everybody's telling me what to do back home, and I'm like, what can I tell myself? It's okay to get up in the morning and say, be proud that you served your country at least, right? Is that what you're trying to teach me back in America? Can I at least get up in the morning and be proud that I served my country at least? Can I? No. You guys, somebody say something right about now. About something. They don't even know why they're talking about somebody. You're on some kind of pattern of hating each other. And then the reason they hate each other doesn't even make any sense. So, yeah, I'm from New Jersey and everything. And I'm an American citizen, and I'm an American veteran, an American disabled combat veteran. I'm American, too. You know, that should mean something. I mean, I think being American should mean something, right? So if being American means something, being a disabled combat veteran after 9/11 has to mean at least a little bit of something, you know? So, everybody got the information wrong, but I'm not trying to do anything bad, messed up. I don't know if you noticed behind my back, in the artistic, yeah, my dad helped me paint the room, but I told him what colors to paint. And I know how to paint it myself. But sometimes people need help painting. As I try to focus on my artistic way. I was doing the artistic ways on the internet making art. If you all just trying to distract me from some kind of way of not directing a right path for people to take that, have a good life. So, yeah, if you're all good friends to each other in the world, you all want good lives for each other, for everybody, not just yourselves. So, I don't feel like I'm a blue falcon. I learned blue. When I was in basic training, somebody came up to me and taught me about being a blue falcon. And ever since they taught me, because we had to take buses everywhere. When you're in basic training, it was all buses. And, well, I ran everywhere, but there was a part where there was buses. Part of my military, there was buses time. And one of them said, you know what Blue Falcon means? And I said, no. And he said, no, that. I said, oh. And ever since, I was like, I don't feel like I'm a Blue Falcon when I'm sitting on the bus. What this guy said, I don't feel like I'm a Blue Falcon. So, no. If I'm not saying enough about my battle buddies, or I'm saying too little, or I didn't know exactly what everybody did at war, but I feel like I know majority was doing the same thing as me. Being a battle buddy and serving their country. So, yeah, I don't feel like I'm a Blue Falcon using the internet. I feel like I'm trying to figure out how to fix the internet so I can go back to my goofy way on the internet, on YouTube. I feel like if somehow I get to be goofy on this planet and again in the world, and allow me to get to that goofiness, to the fullness of the being, I sometimes Commiso say some funny things, and I'm not even my mind and my mouth is not exactly working together sometimes. My mind is out there in outer space when I'm sitting here saying, why I should be in outer space right now, but I'm too fat. And I'd be like, well, why the hell you make it so complicated? If it's already complicated to fly into outer space, why would you make everything so more complicated to do? That thing should be the most simplest thing to operate. If a chimpanzee is supposed to operate this, and then that. So you guys, maybe that's why the Marines like me. I understand the Marines a little bit. And when they said simplify, why don't they simplify things on this planet so we can chill? Yeah, maybe you need math on this planet still. But just to be communicating with each other as people online should be the easiest thing to communicate with each other on the internet. Even with a learning disability guy like me. I don't know how far my learning disability is, but I feel like I'm not an idiot. I feel like I was smart enough to collect the things that's in my room. And, you know, I was the older brother. I always felt like I always had to stand up for my younger brother. I was joking on Facebook. I was joking on YouTube. I was joking on the tower of the whole, whatever site you're on. But I was a shy, quiet kid. So I feel like, damn, imagine if I was like this in school. Everybody would be making fun of me or something. Or you're like, you're what? To be noticed as a celebrity, you bully celebrities too nowadays. Yeah. When people people look up to celebrities, people look up to famous people. Everybody wants to be like Bill Gates. Man, if Commiso was like Bill Gates, I was like, I don't know what I do. I try to help everybody out. I'll be broke. I'll be a broke Bill Gates. Because I said, well, I got the money to help me fix this. And I need a drink. Talking this long, it's, I guess, riding like a motorcycle. But I never really, the longest I talk is the longest I talked on YouTube. So I gotta take a break of talking now. Yeah. Everybody be like, if I was a sergeant or a higher rank, and everybody has to come to my class because I was the higher rank and I was teaching the class, and I was talking this long in the classroom, everybody be falling asleep. Everybody be like, what the hell are you talking about? And then they'd be like, oh my God, what is he talking about? Well, now you know how I feel as Commiso. Every time I use the internet, I don't know what the heck anybody's talking about all the time. Because you're all some kind of space alien, so that's a human being. I think I will understand the aliens from outer space more than I understand the human beings that use the internet. Because it's so easy to get along with each other. You know, maybe I should have been this goofy in school. Everybody, I'd probably be wrestling little midgets. And everybody, Commiso, you did good today. You can wrestle a midget. And you'll be okay with it and everything in the school. I'd be like, shh. I'm not saying it's easy to pin a midget, but I'm just saying, sometimes I felt like I took on every hard wrestler, every damn school that I went to. Listen, they all get easy wrestlers. What about me? The sophomores are wrestling the freshmen, and I'm wrestling seniors and tall-ass motherfuckers, and I was like, how's this guy my same weight as me? He's a giant in front of me. So there was a time, they broke me on the wrestling team. I feel like that was the time I had a hernia. Because I heard something pop. I got dizzy and something popped in my stomach. When I was on the wrestling team. I was just a teenager and took physical education science they gave me in high school. So I really didn't learn about hernias until I got a hernia. So if I had a hernia since I was a freshman, I was wrestling at age of 13, 14 in high school, a wrestler had a hernia, got hit in the head. That means I had a hernia all the way to my 30s. So yeah, I think I did pretty good, even having a hernia all these years, and now I'm trying to figure out how to move around. And then people beat me up. Why'd you all beat me up back home? So yeah, for a person that you would figure, oh man, Mike Commiso's going to be angry and mad all the time. He's going to be all this, that, upset, and all this. And all the top of all the things you did to me, and I'm still trying to be goofy on some kind of internet world. So no, I feel like I didn't do anything on the internet for everybody assumed the worst as was a disabled combat veteran, and I wanted to hang with grandma back home. I want to hang with my younger brother. I want to hang with my mom and my dad. I want to hang with my family. Well, you all dying on me, and now you all got some bullies on my computer who's acting like they do whatever they want to me. And serving your country as America is a very honorable thing to do because everybody knows what America means, right? America. Well, does anybody knows what America means? Or being an American man mean? What's it mean being an American? No, they didn't teach me all this technical words back home as a veteran. I didn't know it was that serious to invite a veteran to a party. I didn't know. I really did. I didn't care what song was playing. I just thought, various times everybody bullied me when I was in school, and I was like, oh, now I'm tough because I was in the basic training in AIT. But you can kind of admit, seems like everybody had to get the ladies at the party before Commiso, and I had to go back to war. So, I hope everybody's okay and everything. And I hope, people become friends and people become not friends, and then people become friends again, and people become not friends again. Then people become friends again, and people become not friends again. Then people become friends again, and people become not friends again. So, I like my kitty cat. Please don't take me away from my kitty cat. My kitty cat understands me and everything. My kitty cat keeps trying to be my friend back home as a veteran. I had this kitty cat. If you do the math, Boxer been around me longer than anybody because my landlord gave me the cat to me, and my landlord trusted me to take care of the cat. And my landlord is a cat lady. So I didn't want to upset a cat lady in the state of New Jersey. She was a really nice lady, and she was a nice cat lady. And when she gave me the cat, I was like, I got to make sure I take care of the cat. He's somewhere around. There's a kitty cat somewhere. And so far, I feel like even the fact that you all claim that I won't be a good dad one day because there's something wrong with you to talk to a veteran like that. Man, I took care of this cat for years, and I feel like this cat is going to stay alive because of me being around. That's the kind of person that I am. I'm like Mickey. Have you ever watched Rocky? You ever heard what Mickey was saying? He said, what the hell am I living here before, if I got you in my life, Rocky. If I didn't have you in my life, Rocky, I don't know where I'd be right now, because I feel like if people only die because they're bored, they don't have nothing else better to do, so they're going to die. They're going to be, that's what Mickey was saying. They're bored. They can stay alive, Rocky, if they really wanted to, but they just get bored and say, I don't want to stay alive if they die. So I feel like the internet is boring. The internet is boring if we're friends or now we're not friends, or friends and now we're not friends, or friends or now we're not friends, we're friends or now we're not friends, we're friends. So I feel like me and my kitty cat saying, sometimes I get upset with you, but I'm still going to be your kitty cat. That's what friends is all about. Not you with a friend. Since we got the internet, now we got more things to talk about each other as people using the internet and everything. We're all educated motherfuckers that push keyboard buttons on the internet and everything. I know there's a kitty cat somewhere. I feel like my cat gets upset when I get upset. So when people go out of their way to upset their disabled combat veterans, it's not really being a good friend, don't you think? So that's all I have to say. This is your disabled combat veteran after 9/11, Michael Commiso and the battle buddies online. And I feel like I'm still a good guy back home and my battle buddies.
Yeah.